And as you can see, this is a little bit different because we have a mixed number that we're dealing with. Now, whenever we're turning a mixed number into a percentage or a decimal, what I like to do is to think about it separately. So if I have 1 and 3/7, well, I know that 1 as a percentage is simply 100%. And then I'm going to plus to that whatever 3/7 is as a percentage. Now, if this was 2, it would be 200%. If it was 7, it would be 700%. If it was 8, it would be 800%. Either way, I'm dealing with it separately. So 1 is 100%, and I'm going to plus to that whatever 3/7 is as a percentage. So let's now turn 3/7 into a percentage. Let's see if we can use our shortcut method. So if I have 3/7, can I create an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100? Obviously I can't, because there's nothing I could times 7 by which would make it 100. So that means I'm just going to get rid of everything here. I'm just going to get rid of it. It's of no use to us. We can't do it that way. Let's now multiply by 100 to make this a percentage. So this way always works. Thank goodness for that. So it is going to be, oh, go away. It is going to be 3. Oh, let's try that again. Let's get rid of that. It's going to be 3/7 multiplied by 100 over 1. Now, what do we notice here that's a little bit different to what we've previously seen? Well, I can't simplify or cancel anything out here, neither diagonally or vertically. So that means I'm just going to have to multiply. 3 times 100 is going to be 300, and 7 times 1 is 7. Now, once I'm here, it's different again because this isn't a nice whole number. I've still got a fraction. Now, in order to make this a nice number, what I'm going to have to do is divide. So I'm going to get 7, and I'm going to divide that by 300. So I'm going to divide that by 300, just like this. So let's do this now. So how many times does 7 go into 3? It doesn't, so I put a 0 here. And I carry that 3 across. How many times does 7 go into 30? 7 goes into 30 4 times with 2 left over. And that's because 7 4s are 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. So I bring that 2 over there. How many times does 7 go into 20? 7 goes into 20 twice, because 7 times 2 is 14. And that means I have 6 left over. Well, what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to put a decimal point here and put a decimal point here. And then I'm going to put a 0 here. And I'm actually just going to chuck in a few more zeros here just in case, because what's going to happen here is we might keep on having to carry. So putting these zeros here is just going to save me that time. So we said here that this is going to be 6. So let me put that in right now. This is going to be 6. How many times does 7 go into 60? It goes in 8 times, because 7 8s are 56. So that means I'm going to get 4 left over. How many times does 7 go into 40? That goes in 5 times with 5 left over, because 7 5s are 35. How many times does 7 go into 50? 7 goes into 50 7 times with 1 left over. So I'm going to need more zeros here. Oh, this is going to be long. So let's put in some more zeros here. So 0, 0, 0. Let's just chuck in a few more so we don't have to keep doing this. 0, 0. So if we do that, what did we say is going to go here? 1 is going to go here because 7 7s are 49. 50 minus 49 is 1. How many times does 7 go into 10? 7 goes into 10 once with 3 left over. How many times does 7 go into 30? 7 goes into 30 4 times with 2 left over. How many times does 7 go into 20? 7 goes into 20 twice with 6 left over. How many times does 7 go into 6? Sorry, how many times does 7 go into 60? That goes in 8 times because 7 8s are 56 with 4 left over. How many times does 7 go into 40? 7 goes into 45 times. And we could just keep on going and going and going. But hopefully what you've noticed is that we've started to repeat. So here we had, if I was to grab this, we went 4 2 8 5 7 1. And then we started to repeat. We went 4 2 8 5, and if we kept on going, we would have gotten 7 1. So we started to repeat there. So that means we can stop. As we've seen previously with recurring decimals, this is what's happening here. But when we're dealing with percentages, we rarely write it as a recurring decimal. Rather, we just round. So if I have 42.857, I would round that to 2 decimal places, which means I'm going to end up with, go away, I'm going to end up with 42.86. That would be a better way to write it, 42.86. So 42.86% is what we have found. So 3/7 written as a percentage is 42.86. Now, I'm going to have to plus that to my 1, so 100% here, 42.86%. So if I plus these together, I'm going to end up with 142.86%. That is what it's going to be. Perfect. Let's now turn 1/3/7 into a decimal. It's going to be the same logic in the sense that because this is a mixed number, I know that I already have one whole, and then I'm going to plus onto that whatever 3/7 is as a decimal. I immediately know that I can't use my second option here because there's no way I can make 3/7 have a denominator with a power of 10. So let's just get rid of that. And it also means that I'm going to have to do some division here. I'm going to have to do 7. I'm going to have to go 3 divided by 7. So what I'm going to end up with is something very similar to this. I'm going to have to go, if this wants to work for me here, I'm going to have to go 7, then I'm going to do this, then 3, and then dot 0, 0, and do it. But guess what? Just like a chef, I have already done this one before, and here's one I've prepared earlier. There it is right there. This is what you would end up with. So I don't want to go through that whole thing again. And the reason why I don't want to go through the whole thing again is because it's going to be pretty much identical to this. The only difference is where my decimal point is. And again, when you're doing things like this, rarely do you write down your decimal as recurring with that sign there. Rather, we're just going to round. So if I have 0.4285, I'm just going to round that to 2 decimals. So 428 will become 423. And now what I'm going to do, that's a 3, it's not a very good looking 3. I'm going to go 1 plus 0.43, which is going to be equal to 1.43. So I've just rounded it to 2 decimals just to make my life a little bit easier. So there is my decimal. This one was a little bit harder because we had this reoccurring business going on, but hopefully it all made sense. We did that rounding, which hopefully made it a bit easier on you.